You know what the laptop proved?
That you were a crackhead.
There you go.
That you
By
were
the way,
deep in the
all
throes
this
of crack
other,
addiction.
all this other bullshit.
Say what you want about Candice Owens, but she did just call that nigga crackhead to his face. I'm not gonna lie, that was funny as shit, dude, but that you're a crackhead. You're deep in the throes of crack. Oh my God. But it's your boy Hendo checking in, coming out with another video. And today we got Candice Owens. A lot of people saying she's changing and we need to give her a chance and forgiveness and the Christian way and blah 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 blah. And then we got the other side of people saying, fuck that, ain't fucking with her. I'm cool on it. You know, I mean, you've already done too much to ever come back to this side. No matter what you say, you can never be forgiven. And, you know, I can see the point of views on both sides. But where I stand generally in my stance about Candice Owens, well, this OG said it best.
I am convinced that black people are some of the most forgiving people on planet Earth. This morning, I'm scrolling through social media and I see a meme. Who should we invite back to the cookout? Chili, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, or Candice Owens? Now, of course, my vote is none of them. Because in warfare, when you are deemed to be a traitor or a collaborator, you can't come back into the ranks. It's just not good military sense. But what's even worse is that those people who we made cool, who we made stars, the folks who they're trying to appease now, before they became stars and before we made them cool, would have called the cops on them had they walked across their lawn. And so, no, they can't come back. And I'm going to follow what my Haitian brothers and sisters said long ago in the Haitian Revolution, which is the only successful slave revolution in history. They had a saying, coup tete, boule kai, which simply means, ain't no coming back. The revolution has begun. Fall in formation.
I feel the same as OG. Once you betray us, it's up. Once it's up, it's stuck. Ain't no going back. You know what I mean? For me, ain't no going back. Like, and I try to live my life off the principles I live my life off of, and I try to lead with kindness, compassion, forgiveness, all those good, nice shit, all that bullshit. But at the same time, I also got that, I don't know, it's just in me where, like, if you do something that's like, I feel like you cross too much of a line, ain't no going back. And I feel like everybody should have a line that they draw in the sand. There's some type of disrespect that they just can't fuck with you or rock with you after, you know what I mean? I think the world would be a lot better place if people draw their lines. But, yeah, I can respect some people who, with that being said, I can respect some people who believe that Candice Owens should be forgiven. You know, if you have a take that ain't crazy, you know what I mean? Like, but let's look at a few people who feel like Candice Owens, or who, you know, who are liking her, feeling her a little bit, and I can respect their takes.
It's so interesting to me that people are still so upset with Hunter Biden over a laptop and being a crackhead, but not upset with the current president and administration for shaking down the government and stealing your money and causing wars overseas and basically everything this man has done to basically dismantle America. I'm just watching the Candice Owens interview with Hunter Biden. I have had a very interesting relationship with Candice Owens. She don't know me, but I just definitely have felt some type of way, especially because of the things that she says that make people believe, okay, Candice Owens is a black woman and she feels this way, so I'm right to feel the way that I feel, especially because of the George Floyd situation. Neither here nor there. But this year, I've been rocking with her because, you know, when she writes, she right. It doesn't take away from anything that she said in the past, but it's very interesting that she was able to come online and say, you know what, Hunter Biden, I am sorry that I partook in tearing you down, because you were a crackhead and you had addictions, and the laptop showed that, and they tore you down and defamed you and treated you like crap for why? To win an election. And I'm sorry for my part in it. But it's so interesting looking at other people and the things that they're saying under said comments. And the thing is, y'all are so mad at Hunter Biden for being a crackhead and his laptops, but not mad at the president of the United States for shaking you down and stealing your money. And I don't understand. And I guess it's not for me to understand, but it's so interesting. Like, y'all are so mad at Hunter Biden for being a crackhead, but not at your president for taking $1.7 billion and giving it to domestic terrorists. And I'll never understand it. It's above me, but it's just so very interesting. 2026 has been a wild one. And I say all that to say this: if you have the time, go look at the Candice Owens Hunter Biden interview. It was great. I wish people would understand it's not left versus right, Democrat versus Republican. It's literally the rich people at the top that are scamming versus all of us. We're poor. We're poor people and we have nothing, but we're happy with what this administration is doing to give us less than what we already had. Yeah.
So Candice Owens apologized to Hunter Biden. You know what? It was a beautiful moment. Probably the best moment of the whole podcast or interview. So kudos to her. You know, she was very genuine. You know, I have my feelings, as do a lot of people, about Candice and just politics and the whole MAGA movement. But anyways, that felt great, man. Good job. I've been seeing the human in Candice, but we see it even more now. So that was a real good moment. Yeah.
Respectable takes, you know what I mean? Although I don't agree with everything they were saying, I can respect it. I can hear you out. I can listen. I can, you know, we can have a discourse about it. You know what I mean? But let's get into some takes that are like just straight glaze, like glazed donut takes. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers just riding that Candice pony. Get all, you know what I mean? Let's get into it.
Candice Owens is going to go down as the most influential person, the person that changed politics forever. This Charlie Kirk investigation is turning into uncovering the deep state, uncovering the propaganda machine, showing the nuts and bolts of how organized the opposition to anyone that challenges the status quo. The corruption, everything is so deeply embedded that these people with the money that have control of the media they control everything. They can pay to make it look like your viewpoint is crazy because they can get the famous people, anybody with any influence on their side, because most people will do anything for $1. And Candice is not one of them. She speaks the truth, or speaks what she believes to be true, and she does not wither under the immense pressure and scrutiny and all the things that are designed to be a hassle for anyone. But she is intelligent. She takes it like a champ, and I am so excited to see the outcome. But she just eats these unintelligent people that have lived with a silver spoon their entire life, that think they can control everything with money. She is eating these people for lunch. Call the mortgage engineer. Peace.
Candice Owens is truly a woman of integrity. She truly is. And it's not just because I like her as a person. She's interviewing Hunter Biden. Now, this is a man that she's called a crackhead. She's called him a crackhead. And he said, yeah, you called me a crackhead. She said, yeah, I did. And he said, you know what? I was. She speaks to people. She's so reasonable because and this is why I say she's a woman of integrity. She's able to talk to you even when you're wrong, so you can explain yourself, but not make you feel bad for what you've done in the past or that's been proven to be true, but allow you to sit in your experience and give you the floor to say what you need to say to explain why you were going through what you were going through. And the fact that he was vulnerable enough to go on her show, first of all, he's on her show. So why everybody on TPUSA side trying to act like Candice ain't ish, even Trump trying to act like Candice ain't ish, nobody cares about Candice. I'm going to show this ugly picture of her when she was sick, by the way, and she still wasn't ugly. She just looked toe down. But they still can't put her down. This is Hunter Biden. This was the president at one point, allegedly, the president at one point, his son telling his story about being a darn crackhead and everything he went through. She's given him a platform to kind of rebuild itself and say, hey, I was a crackhead. I did this. I did that. But the way that she speaks to people, she gives them the respect when they give her respect. And she still gives them respect even when they don't give her respect. Because Marks, what's his name? The Marks dude was trying to usurp her authority and act like a big Billy Bad A. And he proved how weak he freaking was because he was shaking. You better be very careful and all of that, as if you were doing something and being so clueless to get the phone and say, yeah, we really got Candice, didn't we? And everyone's laughing at you. We wasted the good surprise on you. Everyone's laughing at you, Mr. Mark. Like, how can you be so freaking removed and clueless to what the heck is going on? Nobody wants to interview with Erica. Nobody wants to interview with the rest of the idiots at TPUSA. This is my opinion. I feel like they're, anyway. Nobody wants to interview with y'all. You guys don't even know how to talk. You're pushing Erica out as if she's some wonderful speech person. I'm a speech person now. I can't talk. I sound, forgive me. Y'all pushing her out as if she's some immaculate speaker like Charlie was, and you are forgetting the one key ingredient is the it factor. And I believe the it factor comes from above. It comes from the Father of Lights. It's a gift that's only given by him. Not everybody had that it factor. Y'all don't have that over there. Erica don't have that. Charlie had it. Now, he had that it factor, but y'all don't have it. So I'm just looking at this whole interview, and it's amazing so far. She's treating him like a real human being.
He's a human being.
She's treating him like a person. And I just appreciate Candice's integrity in interviewing people. She's doing a great job.
Now let's take a look at some people who I feel like I more align with their ideals, of what Candice Owens got going on, and not all of them even agree, but I can see a lot of their points a lot better than the last two groups. I feel like Candice Owens is doing a whole rebrand, a regrift, whatever you want to call it, and it's sickening to me. It's like, I don't care how much good you try to do. You do the good, but I hate people who try to grift and they're like, oh, yeah, I see that Trump was just so bad, so now I'm on the other side. And it's like, but you didn't see that the inhumane shit that you were spouting before all that. You're not apologizing for any of that. You're not apologizing for your beliefs and the harm that you could have done to people. Of course not. You're only saying this because you need money and you want to run it up, and that bag, that ship you're on is a sinking ship. You know what I mean? So you're trying to hop to a new one. And that's just how I feel about it. But let's see what other people got to say.
Candice Owens is not on no damn redemption arc. What? She is meticulously changing her talking points and working on her image to where she's still palatable to the media landscape. She's trying to stay relevant. And I'm going to show you guys an example of a true redemption arc. Meet Hunter Avallone. Hunter Avallone was a former conservative who was probably like Steven Crowder level. Like, this guy was huge back in the day. And I know because I used to be a fan. At that time, I was actually conservative. And there was a point where I really smartened up, wisened up, and got older, and I realized that I was on the wrong side of history, and I learned, got my facts, and now I'm where I am now. A few years ago, I lost track of this guy and decided to check in on how his content was doing and what he was up to. And to my surprise, he was a full-blown liberal, almost a leftist. This guy changed entirely, and you know what? I knew that he was genuine about it because he did something that no other content creator who switched like that has ever done. He created an entire playlist of videos where he would go through his conservative content, react to it, and debunk every single talking point that he had at the time. He would react to his old videos and counter each conservative point that he said with actual studies and facts. Rebuking, saying this is wrong, this is immoral, you shouldn't be feeling this way about your neighbors, saying this kind of thing is not a funny joke, it's not edgy humor, you're being hurtful. This guy went point by point, and he debunked every single thing that he said in those conservative videos with actual studies and facts. disavowing everything that he stood for throughout his conservative career. And you know what? He lost all of his audience. He lost like 75% of his audience. He suicided his career. He could have just kept grifting and kept being a conservative commentator, even though he knew it was wrong. But he did it anyways because he didn't want that audience anymore. That's what a redemption arc is supposed to be. You're supposed to make a big change that'll cause you hardship or some kind of harm to where you can learn from those lessons, to where you can open your eyes to the things that you were saying and the harm that you caused. Not just lightly changing your talking points, maintaining your audience level of relevancy, and not even admitting to anything wrong. Let her cook. The stove isn't even on, bro.
They're saying, oh, maybe it was staged. So here comes Tucker Carlson, here comes Candace Owens, here comes these same bad faith actors to come out here and, yeah, stage? Yeah, maybe you know what? Sounds right. Maybe. Why is it that all y'all was dick sucking this nigga 1 second ago though?
Yeah, bro, like
I'm so
it's so pathetic, bro.
It's so fucking pathetic. I'm reading an article right now from The Hill. Candace Owens says she was embarrassed that she ever supported Trump. Like, conservative commentator can't
ass.
So I see people are coming around to Candace Owens because she's exposing a lot of things. However, I'd hate to be the black woman that is just like, no, I cannot support another black woman. But I absolutely cannot support any black person that helped Trump get to this spot again. Even helped him get to it the first time. I absolutely refuse to just be like, oh, well, she's exposing them now and she don't support them now, so I'm just gonna ride her coattail because she's exposing some things. I appreciate the exposure. I very much, I love that it's coming out. She should be careful because the people don't play about that stuff. I appreciate it's coming out now. However, if you knew some of these things and you still supported this man, and you still gave him a platform, and I'm sure there were a lot of black people who watched her and also supported the fact that she supported Trump at a point in time, I will never, ever support her. Now, does she need my support? No. Because people will still support her anyway. I'm just saying, I see people coming on here, and they're like, they're coming around to her. I will never. Very intellectual woman, but I would never in my life get behind somebody who got us here. You helped us get here and you were a big part of it. I can't do it.
Candace Owens has branded herself to her followers as someone that's uncovering darkness, exposing the elites, even though she is an elite. But this is her brand, right? Only then to turn around and interview Hunter Biden. And a lot of us was confused, like, like, what in the world? But see, here's the thing. A lot of people think Candace Owens is stupid. I don't think she's stupid. I think she's very cunning. I think she's very manipulative. It's not too many people that can say they lied themselves all the way to the president's inner circle. Let's just be real. It's not too many people that can say that they manipulated and grifted their way into a wealthy British family. Okay? So I should have known interviewing Hunter Biden probably came with something. I should have known. But then again, she does have a history of interviewing sketchy men like Andrew Tate and Harvey Weinstein or whatever. So it kind of tricked with that, right? But Lord and behold, Laura Loomer then found out exactly what it is. And I know she found out because of how Candace reacted. Candace Owens was so upset with Laura saying this that she actually doxed her. And she didn't just dox her. It seemed like she almost like wanted people to, you know what I'm saying? Like she was like, here, if anybody wants to know where she lives, look up this. So I'm going to share the tweet that Laura posted that made Candace go post-all.
So the motion to dismiss Candace Owens' Macron case is coming up on June the 22nd. It got pushed back a couple of times, even though she was acting like she wanted to be sued. So anyway, the case is taking place up there in Delaware, right? Which is Hunter Biden's territory. And apparently his family is friends with the judge up there. So that's why Laura thinks she's dead.
People on the left are saying Candace Owens has turned over a new leaf. They're saying she's a changed person, and that we should consider building a bridge with her. Why? It's not because she's platforming progressive ideas. She's still very much conservative. is not because she's promoting Democrats and has any plans of voting for Democrats. Matter of fact, I think she said she's not going to vote for anybody. It's because she did an interview with Hunter Biden, the son of Joe Biden, and she wasn't an asshole to him. That's it. She had a candid conversation with someone on the left. That's all they needed. That's barely entry-level deconstruction. Barely. Now look, don't get me wrong. I am all for people on the right deconstructing, understanding where they went wrong, and making amends. I think that's very important, and that's something that we need if we're going to get out of this mess. There's a difference between what Candice is doing and what someone like Ashley St. Clair is doing. Ashley St. Clair also was a MAGA influencer for 10 years, and recently had a fallout with her baby daddy, the muskrat, and is now deconstructing, but deconstructing in a way where it feels like, yeah, she really did learn her lesson, and she really wants to make amends. Does that mean you have to forgive her? No. And she doesn't expect you to. But she's platforming progressive ideas. She plans or is voting for Democrats. And you know what? She's speaking out against DJT. When Candice Owens gets to that level, we can talk about her sitting with us. But until then, I'm sorry, just interviewing a person on the left and not being a jerk to him, that's not enough for me. I'm sorry, it's just not. The laundry list of bad things, terrible things that Candice Owens has done, including wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt during the George Floyd protests. She is going to have to do a lot more of deconstructing than just interviewing a person on the left and not being a jerk to him. And I apologize if that sounds mean, but we have to start holding these people to high standards. Otherwise, they won't learn their lesson and they'll just grift back over to the right when things go back to normal. That's the video. Give me your thoughts down below. Stay hopeful. Trust your gut. You're not crazy.
But it's been your boy Endo. I appreciate y'all for checking in, though. Please like, comment, subscribe. Comment and let me know what y'all think about the situation. Do you believe Candice Owens is just doing a rebrand? Do you believe it's all bullshit? Do you believe that she can be truly having a change of heart and that's what's going on? Are you somewhere in the middle like me? You're like, I don't really give a fuck. Fuck you. You've done too much to me and my people. Yeah. You know what I mean? But let me know in the comments. This has been your boy Endo. We out.